Welcome back to Water Finance Management Conversations. Andrew Farr here, Managing Editor, and I have a great guest joining me today, Mr. Colin Sabol, President of Xylem's Measurement and Controls Solutions segment, which includes Xylem's assessment, analytics, and metrology services businesses. And you have 2 decades of experience in the water utility business. I know you're passionate about innovative water technologies, which is exactly what I want to get into today. So Mr. Colin Sabol, thank you for taking a couple minutes to chat with me today.
Well, thanks, Andrew. It's great to be here.
So, as I mentioned, digital water technologies, we know that they're having an impact on utility management. And from what I'm hearing a lot of optimism around the industry in terms of investment and where that's headed in the short term. We're hearing a lot about technology resilience as we come out of the pandemic. We're hearing some infrastructure proposals coming out of the federal government. So it seems like there's some optimism that there's going to be kind of a wave of spending on new digital technologies in the short term. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I'm also very optimistic. I think the digital transformation in the water sector is only accelerating. Money seems to be flowing in that direction. The demand for water continues to grow across the globe. We have a limited supply of clean water, and it's being jeopardized and challenged through pollution and aging infrastructure and severe weather events. So our customers and the communities that they serve are turning towards digital technologies to help them address things like water scarcity and resilience and affordability. And I'll just give you an example of advanced meter infrastructure, something I spend a lot of time on. Many utilities are buying an AMI system to put smart meters and a communication network together to read meters remotely. But then over time, these customers add more applications to their AMI system because they're really in search of a bigger, broader business case. And so they add things like remote shutoff of water, pressure monitoring, leak detection, even engaging with consumers through consumer portals. And so we think AMI is the backbone really for creating a digital utility and a smart water system.
So with that said, let's dwell on the individual utilities then for a moment. They're really using a lot of different technologies to build these interconnected systems. I'm wondering what you think about the future of that and what opportunities there are for utilities to, as I mentioned, continue building these sort of interconnected systems for management.
Great question, Andrew. You know, the water cycle was interconnected way before we ever developed infrastructure around it. Today's clean water is tomorrow's wastewater, and in turn becomes our source water again. So utilities recognize that, and they are understanding more and more the benefits of holistically managing the clean water and wastewater in unison. And I'll just give you an example of this one as well. Many cities experience really heavy rainfalls periodically, and that overwhelms their collection networks. And those rainfalls ultimately end up being sewer overflows discharged into rivers and streams, and that contaminates the source water where the utilities get it. And our water systems are already interconnected. You can see it through that. So technology can really help. We have a technology called BlueX wastewater network optimization. I know you've talked to Louise before. There is a terrific capability for utilities to monitor and control their sewer networks during these weather events and to improve, in turn, source water quality. So this holistic management can really be a win-win for the water cycle, but also the communities that depend so much on them.
Yeah, there's no question about that. And I'm wondering, sort of beyond AMI and remote monitoring, what other areas do you see as opportunities? In other words, some pain points within a utility system that utilities might be trying to address?
You know, one of the biggest pain points that utilities tell me about is the fact that in the United States, about 6 billion gallons of treated water every day is lost.
Yeah.
That's after we've brought the water in from the source, used energy to clean it and move it. And as it's making its way to its destination, it's lost either through small leaks in pipes or sometimes through water main breaks. And this is a challenge that really keeps water utility leaders up at night. And I think Technology can help in a couple of different ways. First, advanced meter infrastructure can be meter reading, but a whole lot more. And it can really help to understand where in the system, what district within the system is the water loss occurring. And so it can help them kind of generally understand where the losses are occurring. But second, technology can really provide almost X-ray vision into the buried infrastructure. And this is a pretty well understood technology now to put robotics and swimming electronics into the water network using artificial intelligence and some predictive modeling to help utilities understand where is the network in need of replacement. In most cases, utilities still are replacing their pipe on a time schedule. They time stamp when it was put in and they replace it after a certain number of years. And this technology helps them really pinpoint where is the network most in need of refurbishment. So it helps utilities manage their capital in a way that's much more efficient.
Yeah, and I think AMI and non-revenue water, we could probably spend hours just talking about just that. But Colin, it's been great spending a couple minutes chatting with you and hearing your perspective on these issues, and really appreciate you taking some time today.
Well, thank you, Andrew, and thanks for everything you do. Appreciate it.
Well, this has been another edition of Water Finance Management Conversations. Thanks for joining us. See you next time.